Welcome back, everyone. We're going to be solving LeetCode 1945, sum of digits of string after convert. So we're given a string s, which consists of lowercase English letters and an integer k. We first need to convert that string into an integer by replacing every letter with its position in the alphabet. So A would be 1, B would be 2, all the way to Z, which is 26. So it's going to be 1 indexed. Then they want us to transform the integer by replacing it with the sum of its digits. And we need to repeat this transformation k times in total. So let's take a look at our examples. Example 1, they give us I as the 9th character in the alphabet. There's 4 of them here. We first transform it into this long number, and then we add all the 9s up, which gives us 36, and we're only doing this transform one time. So the output is 36. Okay, so we know we're going to need a mapping for this. We should map the letter to the corresponding index, right? So we can use a hash map and the enumerate method to do this. So we'll say our mapping is going to be equal to a hash map. What is going to be inside this? It is going to be the letter mapped to the corresponding index, and we want it to be 1 indexed, so we'll add 1 to this. And we want these to be strings, so let's do this conversion right now. For every index and letter in enumerate, what do we need? We need the alphabet. How can we get that? We can just say string.ASCII underscore lowercase, because we are working with lowercase characters. And let's print this out so everyone can see. Print mapping, run. Okay, so now we have our mapping. A starts at 1, Z ends at 26. Perfect. Now what do we need to do? We need to convert our original string S into the number that we are going to initially start with. So let's create an array. We will say conversion is going to be equal to this array. What is going to be inside this array? Well, we need the mapping character, right? So if we have I, we need to go inside of our mapping and get the number, right, which would be 9. So we want 9 here for character in, what do we get? String. So this is just saying, for every character in our string, say I, for example 1, we're going to go inside this mapping. We're going to retrieve I. Where's it at? Right here. When we are going to retrieve the number and put it inside this conversion array. So let's print out conversion. And there we have it. We have 9999. Okay, so now we can say our number is going to be equal to the string join of our conversion. All right, this will give us our converted number. So now what do we need to do? Now we need to run these transform operations. And how many times do we need to do it? We need to do it k times. So this is perfect for a while loop. We can say while k is greater than 0, meaning we have more transformations to do. What are we going to do? We are going to want to keep track of some sort of number, right? So let's say number is going to be equal to 0. And we are going to loop through our string number, right? So we'll say for character in our string number. We need to say number plus equals the integer of that current character we are at, right? Because these are all 9s, right? So we need to convert this 9 from a string to an integer, add it to this number. When we're all done with that, we can just say our string number is now going to be equal to the string of the number we just created. And then what do we have to do? That means we've done one transformation, so now we have to decrement k by 1. And at the end of this, we can just return our string. Do they want a string as a return? They want a, I think they want an integer. Return the resulting integer. So we are going to have to return a we're going to have to convert this to an integer at the end. So if we run this, we pass all 3 test cases, so let's submit, see if it still works, and it does. So let's go back to the description. What is the runtime and space complexity of this problem? Well, creating this mapping is going to be O of n. We have essentially a list comprehension. This is going to be O of n. We are doing a string join here. That's going to be O of n as well. Okay, so here we go. We're doing a for loop inside, which is O of n, and we are doing it k times. So this whole while loop is going to be O of n times k, which is greater than anything we've seen so far. So that is going to give us a time complexity of O of n times k. And the space complexity is going to be, well, our mapping is always going to be 26 characters long, so that's O of 1. Our conversion array is going to depend on the length of our string, and our number, we have a string here, so it's going to depend on the length of this as well. So our space complexity is going to be O of the conversion length plus the number length plus the num dot length. And that'll do it for LeetCode 1945.